Self check in to manifest anything or manifest fast. Hey guys, welcome. I'm Parshvika. Welcome to the channel where we talk a lot about manifesting our dream life. Now, in today's video, I wanted to talk about because I've been getting this inspiration to make this video, I think, from 2 days, and I've been kind of like a procrastinating because I was like, what to talk and how to present what I really want to say. So I just giving myself the time and collecting the data, what I'm going to be speaking. So here I am. Before that, give this video a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more such videos. So let's talk about the self check-in. I don't know, you might have heard about this particular term before or not, but I haven't seen much of the people using this term. They use a different terms, but all actually pointing into the single direction is about the self concept. And self check in is a little bit different than the self concept in a way that you said the self concept like if you are manifesting $1 million, you're like, I'm a millionaire. So you walk down the street feeling like you're a millionaire, acting as if like that, and you instantly shift that into the reality because whatever you want to be in has already been there in the multidimensional worlds. In the physical world, the 3D world, you can't see it, but it's already there. Okay, it's already there, and you vibrationally shift instantly. I mean, not always it happen instantly. Sometimes it takes time depending on how much baggage you have in terms of the belief system that you want to manifest. If you're manifesting something which is very simple and very easy and you don't have any negative beliefs around it, then you shift instantly. But if you have a little bit baggage about negative baggage around it, then it may take more time. But whenever it takes, you shift vibrationally first, and then that thing actually come into the 3D world. Whether you're manifesting deliberately or you're manifesting on autopilot, you just picture it in your mind before it happens. Likewise, I can give you very common and simple example is when you are planning a vacation, you are traveling to some city or some country, wherever, you plan everything. Okay, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna meet this people or this and that. You plan everything. Okay, and even though those things haven't happened yet, but you know that those things will going to happen. You have planned it maybe 2 months ahead of time, 6 months ahead of time, who knows, whenever you're planning. So you shifted vibrationally instantly within that moment when you're planning. It was okay, like, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna do this and that, I'm gonna be visiting this place and all that stuff. And you shifted instantly vibrationally. It was like, okay, oh, it's done. You're not too tensed about it, you're not anxious about it whether it will going to happen or not. You know that it will going to happen, you know it. Okay, even though you can't feel it completely, but you know it. In that way, you shifted vibrationally instantly. So that's what the self concept is. Like, what you hold about yourself, what you talk about yourself is so crucial. I mean, I can't miss this point over here because even though no matter how many techniques you do or way you do, how many times you do it, it doesn't really matter, because if your self concept is not where you want to be or what you want to manifest, then it will really going to be a hard way along to manifest, even if you do so many or all of the possible strategies, methods, or techniques the people are talking about to manifest. It doesn't really matter. But if your self concept is strong enough in the desire, in the direction of what you want to manifest, then you don't have to do these techniques and you shift instantly vibrationally. And the moment you do that, the 3D just actually is a complementary to you, who you are vibrationally, and it will going to reflect sometimes in a day. It happened with me. It reflects sometimes in a day, sometimes in few hours, sometimes in a week or a month or whatever. Time is totally irrelevant factor in this case, but moment you shift vibrationally, it just reflect in the 3D as soon as possible. That's what I can say ASAP. Excuse me, guys. So this is the thing I want to talk to you about the self check-in. Now, I've heard a lot many people talking about you need to see where you are right now, how you're feeling in the moment. Just do the check-in and ask yourself, am I feeling good? what are the thoughts? Just observe the thoughts, just see what going inside of you, just feel around it, and just get into your body. Take few deep breaths, feel your heartbeats. If you can't, then just close your eyes, take few deep breaths, faster deep breaths, and see how your heart is pumping, trying to feel it. And get in touch with your body, get in touch with who you are, and then see what are the thoughts that are vibrating, not really vibrating, what are the thoughts that are actually you are thinking in your mind. Just observe it. You don't need to participate in that thought, just observe it and see whether these thoughts are helping you or not helping you. The another thing that I do when I'm actually self-checking, now there are so many thoughts, okay? I can't actually sit around a whole day and trying to see what thoughts are going, okay? It's just a lot of the active work, and I totally understand. We don't have that much of time because we have so much other stuff to do in our life. And we have so many thoughts. If we actually picking up every single thought, it's gonna be like so much of the work. We wouldn't be able to do that because there are millions of thoughts a person could think even in a single day. So you don't have to check on every thought out there, but you could actually check in once in a while, once in a day, to feel how you feel in the moment. And that's what I do most of the times. Because sometimes you don't know the fears, the beliefs, the thoughts, insecurities need a reason or need a way to come out. And these pop out in a way that you couldn't even expect it. Like, I can give you one of the most common example, the thing that I actually understand yesterday when I was actually lying down on the bed, and this was a thought comes in my mind because we talk a lot about the honeymoon phase of the relationship in the beginning when we enter into a new relationship with someone. Both of the parties show their best, bring the best to the table, and they give full attention to the person and they feel so great, the dopamine release and all that stuff we talk about, the chemical rush in our body, and we feel so great connected with that person. And moment that honeymoon phase is over, we go back to our normal life and we stop doing the things that we used to do that bring our best outside of us, and we just became our normal self. And then we did get disconnected with that person, or we started having fights, arguments, or some disagreements, and that leads to disconnection with that person, and ultimately you break up, or you in that cycle of the relationship which is not even satisfying or fulfilling to both the parties. Now, what happened here that I actually realized yesterday, when you meet a new person and you two guys meet each other, you both bring best to the table, okay? And you connect together very instantly. And when you connect with someone, it's your inner being is connected with their inner being, and you feel so great. Now, people would put other logics over here, but what I come to realization is that no matter what chemical is releasing in your body, what science is telling you, but I come to realize you connect with that person because, and you feel good because you're connected with your center, you're connected with your inner being, and that person is also connected with their inner being, and then you both come together and you both connected with each other's inner being and feel that good thing. But here comes the other thing. Everybody has fears, everybody has insecurities, everybody has some sort of stuffs going around. Now, when you connect with someone, you connect with your inner being and you feel good. Now, those fears and those insecurities are like creeping out because they see that you are getting connected and getting closer to that person. That means you're no longer in your ego. You are in your pure self, and that person is in your pure self. You're no longer in your ego. So your ego, I can take it as a broad term as an ego over here. Like a ego is your fears, ego is your security, insecurities, ego is all the negative beliefs around it, okay? Of course, ego is also positive, but I'm talking about the negative ego over here, okay? So the ego is like, I have no place to come. Now this person is connected with that person, but I want to come out. I want to release. So now it will going to come out in a way that you couldn't even imagine it. It may creep out in a thought in your mind, or you may suspect something, or you may feel something different. It will going to come out because it needs to be released. And when it will going to come out, it will going to reflect in the 3D world, and then the way it reflects in the 3D world, other person will also going to reflect their own fears, their own insecurities on the table. And that is the end of the honeymoon phase, and you get back to the normal phase of this relationship where both the parties bring their fears, insecurities on the table in the relationship, and now you're having disagreements, arguments, or fights, and you're disconnected. And that's what the ego wanted, because ego wanted to come and wanted a release. They wanted attention. And when you're connected with someone deeply, there is no place for ego, so nobody is looking at them. So now they want to come on the table, they want attention, so they come out in this way. So what happens? What the people do in this phase? Most of the people fight with the other person, trying to impress them, trying to please them, or trying to be needy, or they do a lot of the different tactics, or play games, or follow the love gurus, or trying different things to get the connection back. They get it back, amazing. If they don't get it back, then they have fights, arguments, and they might break up with that person, thinking that that person is not the right person. I'm not saying that that person is right for you or wrong for you. I'm not the one to say that. You are the one to decide for yourself. Nobody is there to decide for you, okay? Just like I'm going to decide for me, nobody is there to decide for me. But you understand in that moment that that person is not right for you. But you didn't realize that no matter how amazing a person is that you're going to meet the next person, how amazing that would be, but every person has the positive and the negative. And if you have the fears and insecurities related to anything in the relationship, it will going to show up in your next relationship, and so on and so forth. Even if you keep on changing the partners, because you don't want to face your fears and insecurities that are projecting out, that are coming out because they need the attention, they need to be released, they need to be addressed. If you're not addressing them, they're going to come up and show up in your next relationship. No matter how amazing the other person is, it doesn't really matter, because everybody is a reflection of us. And when you give your insecurities onto the picture and you do all those things based on that, the other person also bring their fears and insecurities, because everybody is a reflection of each other, okay? Everybody is you pushed out. So now you break up with that person, you meet another person, you again have honeymoon phase, then again the fears come in the play table, you again break up with that person, again met new person. So this cycle continues. And many people don't even realize that it's not the fault of the other person. It's basically the fault of nobody, but it's actually the fears and insecurities of your own that's coming on the table. And that's need to be addressed no matter how amazing the other person or how bad the other person is. It doesn't really matter. You need to address these fears and insecurities before you actually enter into a new relationship. Or if you are in a relationship, then you address them when you are. You don't have to leave the person. So I'm not saying that you have to be in an abusive relationship or toxic relationship if someone is toxic to you or abusive to you or something like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that everybody is a reflection of you. I know that sometimes it's very hard to understand. Sometimes it's very hard to believe. Even if we understand, we don't want to accept it because that person is projecting something that we don't like it. But trust me, that person is projecting what you don't like it because it has that thing inside of you. If my partner is reflecting something which I don't like it, that means there is something, a part of me that doesn't like myself. And that's what is projecting in my relationship. And since we are very close with that person, we are very intimate with that person, not just physically, emotionally, mentally, in all the ways, they clearly show our reflection very, very clear. So to build a really harmonious relationship, now I'm not a love guru or something like that, but if you really want to build a harmonious, well-performing relationship, obviously you need to be the right person, but how are you going to know who is the right person? Maybe you have met your right person, but because of these fear, insecurity, you break up with them, you meet the next person, you break up with that person, and so on and so forth. You're dating so many people around the world your entire life, and still you're unsatisfied, still you're unhappy because your fears and insecurities are still there inside of you. So I'm not saying to find the Mr. Right or not to do the breakup if that person is bad or wrong or right, whatever it is, it's your decision, okay? I'm not the one to say and decide for you, but I'm just saying that if you have the fears and insecurities, they're gonna project on the table because they need to be addressed, they need to be released. And that's where the self check-in come into the place. I get this download yesterday when I was just lying on a bed and I was reflecting on my own fears, my own insecurities, because I had my fear about the fear of the abandonment, because I was the first child in my family, and then my parents had another child 1.5 years after me. So I was also like 3 years of age, and my brother was 1 year of age. So they were paying more attention to him because he was small than me, and that's natural. So I felt like my parents are gone and they are his parents, that he's still my parents. I had that stuff with my brother, and that was the fear of abandonment. My parents left me, so I have that fear in my relationship that my partner will gonna leave me, or he gonna find someone else, or he gonna cheat on me, or something like that. And it was there for a very long time. I haven't addressed it because I wasn't knowing about it. I wasn't knowing that I have this fear, but this fear come in this relationship, and since this is the relationship that I have been very intimate with, I never had such a close intimate relationship in my entire life. So it projected onto the table, and I realized that the way I was acting or talking or behaving was actually projecting my fear. I was trying to protect myself when I was communicating with my partner so that he don't seize that fear, so that he won't leave me or he won't find someone good or attractive. And then I realized that it's the fear of the abandonment, and it's coming on the surface because it's need to be released. So I allow myself to release the fear. I actually cry out the whole day. I feel the fear, and I was like, okay, let's face the fear, because that's the best way to face the fear. If I actually not gonna face the fear, then it will going to come in various different formats and sizes that I couldn't even imagine it. So when it's coming right now, it's best time to actually address this right now. So that's what I want to tell you guys. Self check-in is important. Not in a relationship, even the relationship that you have with yourself, because that's the first relationship you're gonna have. That's the relationship you have with yourself. And everybody has fears and insecurities. And if you have one, don't beat yourself up. It's okay, it's entirely normal. In fact, when you conquer this fear, you're gonna feel so free, so freedom, so calmness, so peace, that is like, wow, that you couldn't even get it from the material things. That's so eternal, and that's so amazing. I couldn't describe in the words, but you're just gonna feel it. So I know that this content is like really going very long, but because I had this thing and I was like huge instant thing, and I was like taking my time to digest the thing before actually sharing with you guys, because I was like, I need to digest this thought first to myself and see how it's there and how I'm going to be presenting on the table so that people could understand me, what I'm trying to say. But the long story short is that at least once in a day, do the self check-in. Just sit on your table, take a few deep breaths, feel your body, feel the air on your skin, feel how you're feeling in the moment, and observe your thoughts, what's going inside of your mind, what you're thinking, and see how you feel. If you're having some negative thought, if you can go to the root cause, then probably go to the root cause, because the thoughts that you're thinking are there for a reason. It's not that randomly you picked up on the things. No, we never picked up on the things which we doesn't resonate with. We only picked up on the things that we resonate with, whether positively or negatively. So if you're resonating positively and it's actually helping you, then go on, do that thing. But if it's actually affecting you negatively and it's stopping you, then probably you need to address it. And allow yourself to face the fear and let the fear show you. Sometimes you might need to cry a lot, scream a lot, or beat the pillow, or shake it well, your body, dance, whatever way it is. Sometimes I feel like my entire body is shivering. I feel the cold, even though there is no cold. Even though it's a summer, but I still feel the cold because that fear is actually coming out in that format. So it can come out in any other format in various different ways. Okay, I couldn't even describe you over here. So depending on your unique situation, it could come out in various different way. But if you're actually checking in with yourself every single day, how am I feeling? And where am I at with my thoughts? That's so important. And that's the only thing that you're ever gonna need to manifest anything, okay? Because if your thoughts, if your body is in alignment with who you are, is in alignment with what you want to manifest, then you don't need anything. Literally, you don't need anything external of you to show you that you're worthy of your manifestation, or that your manifestation is coming soon, or whatever. You don't need any sign. You don't need anybody. You don't need even me, okay? Just do this self check-in and see how it feels. If you have any fear, let them go, release it, and don't beat yourself up. Just love yourself in that moment and tell yourself it's okay to have fear. It's okay, honey. It's okay to have these fears. I allow you to feel it. I allow you to have these fear. It's okay. This fear protected me for a very long time. But I see now that to move to the next level, I no longer need this fear. So I have to release it. Thank you so much for serving me so far, but I don't need you right now, so I'm going to release it. Be gentle and be kind to yourself, just like you're going to do it with your baby, or you're going to do it with your pet or the person that you love the most. Because self-love is also the very key component. If you're manifesting specifically your partner, specific person, relationship, if you love yourself, then everybody gonna love you. Self-love is so crucial, and this dictates your self-love. How you're treating yourself in the weak moments, in the vulnerable moments, determine a lot about how other person will going to treat you in your weak moments, in your vulnerable moments. Because everything is you pushed out. Everything is a reflection of you. So that was the download I got, and that was the thing that about how the relationship work, how the honeymoon phase work in the beginning of the relationship, and when the fears and the insecurity comes on the table, the two parties move apart and they have fight, they have disagreement, and they might even break up thinking that this person is not right, and they meet the next person, and then they repeat the cycle. So only thing that will going to determine, or the only person that needs to tell you that this is the right person for you, is you. Nobody else can tell you for you, okay? Nobody, no astrologer, no guru, no science fiction, no person, no family member, no parents. Nobody can tell you what is right for you. Only you choose what is right for you. And if you feel like this is your man, this is your person, and you want to go deep dive with that person, then probably be ready to face your fear and your insecurity that will going to come sooner or later. And that's not that shows that you're vulnerable or weak. It shows that you have a power to change the things in your relationship, to make it even more better, to move to the next level, to have a deep, fulfilling, amazing connection with your partner that you really crave deep inside of you. Okay, you have the power. Just release these fears and just move on. Move in that God state, because you are a God. I am a God. You're a God. That's the truth. That's the reality. So hopefully you're going to find this content useful. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is like something very deep inspiration that comes within me. And if you resonate with this message, please let me know. If you want me to describe this particular thing in a more better way, or want me to elaborate more, then let me know. I can make more videos like this so that I can elaborate even more, because this may seem too much or too less, I don't know, depending on wherever you are in your journey. But if you want me to elaborate on this topic, I could elaborate, because I really love it. I actually spend an entire hour to reassess what's happening within me, what download information I'm actually getting, and how I'm gonna translate into the language, or translate into the words, so that I could explain to you guys. I took an hour yesterday, and today I took like some time to think about it before actually making this content. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you want me to make any specific video about any topic, also let me know. But hopefully you're going to find useful about self-check-in, how it's going to help you, because it's everything. How you see yourself will going to reflect in your manifestation. So self-check-in is important. Self-concept is important. You can do it your own way. I do it my own way. I don't have to tell you how to do that, because everybody has their own ways. So you can do it by your own way. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you the next, guys. Have a great day. Bye, guys.